Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're back here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now, it's been a long week since the last time we've been to Universal, so I'm so excited to see all the updates and changes. But right now they're gonna be filming over here right in front of the globe. They haven't done this in a while, so I'm so excited to see this. But if you've been wondering where I've been all week, we've been going to Disney, making Disney vlogs and streams on TikTok. If you didn't know already, we've moved our live streams to TikTok. So we go live hopefully every single day. And if you're ever interested in our park live streams, we moved everything over to TikTok. And when I say we, I mean Dustin and I. And that's actually what I'm gonna do today. After I'm done with my update today, I'm gonna head back over to Disneyland. And then from there, we'll have obviously a vlog and a live stream from Disneyland, and you'll probably see the Disney vlog tomorrow. I was gonna say it's starting to look like a pretty busy day inside of the theme park, but I realized it's about 11 in the morning. This is usually when everyone starts showing up. A great tip if you want to maximize your day here at Universal and get on all the rides possible, I highly recommend showing up pretty early in the day. The park opens as early as 7:30 until summer is over. And then from there, most of the rides will have little to no wait time. And if you plan on going into Super Nintendo World, that's also a great time to visit. The lines won't be 135 minutes like it is right now. It'll probably be like between 10 to 40 minutes. But yeah, look at the wait times right now. I mean, everything is an average of maybe an hour wait right now, so it is looking like a busier Friday. It looks like they're hard at work at freshening up this facade. It's actually starting to look really, really nice. I'm not sure when they'll be done with this. I'm pretty surprised on how long it is taking them. Maybe they do need to file like some working permits and stuff, but it looks like they are hard at work right now. My best guess would be probably like closer to Horror Nights, maybe a few weeks into Horror Nights. And speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, we still don't see any decorations up for Halloween Horror Nights. Just wanted to continue the Horror Nights updates by walking into the plaza. We still don't have anything being set up inside of the plaza. Typically around this time they'd be starting work on the Halloween bar they set up around this area. It seems like they might actually bring that back this year because the recently announced haunted house is heavily based on Latin America. So it only makes sense to bring back the cantina, the taco stand, and a bunch of the other decorations and food you could get in the plaza during Halloween Horror Nights. Now, speaking of that recently announced haunted house, it looks like we do have an update. Oh yeah, wow. Take a look at this facade for Monstruos, the monsters of Latin America. They've already set up a lot of details on the facade itself. We have, of course, a ton of dead vines going around the crypt. It looks like there is an owl in one of these windowsills and some candles, little dolls, toys, and pictures. It's starting to look really, really nice. And I'm so excited to see the final product. John Murdy said they're putting a lot of hard work into making this haunted house incredible. And I have no doubt, just based on the facade, they've put in a lot of work. During the Midsummer Scream panel, John Murdy was able to show us a few images of what's going to be happening and coming to this haunted house. He said there's going to be a greeter in front of the haunted house, and that character will have an animated face and he'll be giving a narrative on the story. So I'm very excited to see this haunted house. Looking at the haunted house from this angle, it looks like they do have a little sign that says Monstruos. If you've been watching the updates, you know that both special effects and animal actors have been completely torn down, and here's what that's currently looking like. They do have a ton of machinery moving some of the rubble away, and they're clearing up the area because they have to pour in some foundation to get started on building the roller coaster itself. And if you didn't know already, they're building a roller coaster over here, and it's going to be themed to the Fast and Furious movies. It's going to be very interesting to see because this coaster will be the third iteration of Fast and Furious inside of Universal Studios Hollywood. They had two experiences on the tram, one that is still existing, being Fast and Furious Supercharged, and now they're building a whole roller coaster in honor of Fast and Furious. On the topic of Horror Nights, I think it's only worth mentioning that the Death Eaters are no longer happening, the very final day being July 31st. I think that was an incredible attraction that they brought into Hogsmeade. It was great meet and greets, great photo ops, but they did leave some of the decorations up that came with Death Eaters. So I wonder if they're going to be resuming the Death Eater shows, or maybe even a Death Eater scare zone during Halloween Horror Nights. They did do it last year and it was a success. They did it for daytime guests. It was a success. That's why they extended out the dates. And I wouldn't be surprised in the future this becomes a permanent attraction of Hogsmeade. Also, on the very final day, my friends and I got Death Eater tattoos, and all the Death Eaters loved it. They interacted with us. It was so awesome. They basically turned us into one of them. And it's very important to have live entertainment because now we're missing 2 shows inside of the theme park, animal actors and special effects. So it's really nice to see that Universal is taking the initiative into finding different ways of entertaining the guests inside of the theme park. Oh wow, over here in the Simpsons land, it looks like they started offering mobile food and drink ordering at Lard Lad Donuts and Luigi's Pizza, which is very interesting. I really like that initiative. Honestly, mobile ordering is the way to go. It makes the process so much faster. You just pay from your phone. You can even apply your annual pass discount from your phone. And the lines get pretty rough around lunchtime, so I would highly recommend downloading the Universal Studios Hollywood app and utilizing mobile ordering during your next visit. Now I'm gonna head on the studio tour to see if we have any updates on the Terror Tram. They still haven't announced the theme for the Terror Tram, but I'm pretty sure they'll announce it within the next 2 weeks or so because the event is right around the corner. People need to buy their tickets. People need to know what's coming to the event. So I think we'll have our very final announcements within the next 2 weeks. One thing I'd like to mention, it'd be really nice if we could get the backlot once again. I feel like the backlot made Halloween Horror Nights so special and it made it feel like an exclusive event.
We had a great guy that you ask him literally every
sound stages. You can pull that off because sound stages are just giant, empty, soundproof warehouses. Filmmakers can create anything they inside of these sound
Oh
stages.
wow, it looks like we're going to be going into the Metro sets for once today, which is awesome. Always love going into the Metro sets.
Then when they needed to dance as Hill Valley from Back to the Future.
It was actually the back block.
Political. I just thought there's no way.
So using different art design and set decorations, Courthouse Square can be turned into any small town or suburb in America. And just like most small towns and suburbs, it's located right next to the...
We're sailing to a lost island, we encountered monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
Oh man, they've heard us!
I feel like every time I ride Kong, it's more and more rough, but always a great and fun attraction.
Tricky to film with. It is not angled perfectly. Everything in the background reflects off of it, shows up on running around.
Oh, that got me.
Instead of this stuff.
For the next few months,
Over your left hand, these trees,
for the last
and
few
in a moment,
months,
you'll have a little bit
the
of
earthquake
opening, so
attraction
you'll
has
see
been
them.
closed. It's going through an
It's
extensive refurbishment right now, and I don't think it's going to open until maybe mid to late next year. it is a fairly old attraction, so from time to time it really needs these extensive refurbishments. This is a very interesting route. I don't think I've ever been to this left side of the earthquake building. It is very interesting how the building is shaped. It's because there's a second floor to the building. And that's where the truck is located in the mini city above the subway station that collapses down into the subway station. Such a unique site. I think this is always so important to document because we could always come back to this in the future. Ooh, it looks like they have a ton of subwoofers and speakers sitting out here. I don't know if they should be sitting out like that, but that's crazy. What are these? Maybe some rigs? I don't know.
I strung him up, and I left him up there as a reminder to all his little shark friends not to mess with us. That's right, you wanna go biting people? You gotta take that somewhere else. Don't bring that here to Universal Studios Hollywood. What's everybody looking at? Wait, is that George? Hey, George! Swim away, there's another shark, George! Everyone, please stay seated. We are going to keep it moving. Flammable gasoline. Not the top moving. After Steven Spielberg's shark Bruce, renamed after his attorney, Bruce. And if you're a fan of the movie Finding Nemo, you might remember the shark was named Bruce.
It's one of my favorite sets on the studio tour because it was used for House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. Also, I'm not sure if you're a fan of Never Have I Ever on Netflix, but this is Davy's house from Never Have I Ever. The last season just came out not too long ago, and I highly recommend watching that show. Oh wow, look at that. I see some picket fences. You know what that means? That means we have some work on Halloween Horror Nights.
Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh wow.
And even some of our favorites.
I wonder what this is gonna be. They still haven't announced it, but we're seeing some electrical, so there's probably gonna be some lights over there. Nothing going on here, but I really hope they utilize this section a little more. It'd be cool if we could walk through the cars or something. Scariest sight on the studio tour right now is Pete Davidson right there. Whoa, look at this. Very interesting. I'm surprised they're still using picket fences. I really hope they go heavy on the decorations. I feel like every year when they do use these like picket fences, they don't go as heavy as they should with the decorations for Horror Nights. I remember back in the day we used to walk up this little hill for the Terror Tram. They removed that. We have some more plywood, some 2x4s.
Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
What did I just say, Norman? Norman? Hey, man. I am so sorry, y'all. Please ignore him. He's been dealing with mother issues for decades now. Instead, take in the fact that we've just entered one of the most impressive sets in Hollywood history.
Yeah, nothing quite yet over here on this side of the studio tour for the Terror Tram. Oh wow, it looks like they just reopened Jupiter's Claim as well. It was closed for refurbishment for just a bit. I wonder if they're going to be using this for Terror Tram this year. I just noticed something very, very unique. Look at this handicap sign. He has a little cowboy hat. That's awesome. I mean, I'm not really seeing anything different since they had this under refurbishment. Oh, actually I do. They fixed this fountain. It wasn't working for a while. That's nice.
Welcome to the mind of George filming. They broke it down, shipped it here, and rebuilt it so it could be a
Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
After them! Okay, guys, it's showtime! Coming over! Roman, Lenny, hook him up!
So it's going to be a little bit of a difficult challenge to get a view onto Chucky and Universal Monsters. Let's see. Let's see. We might be able to see it actually. Alright, we just got a view onto Universal Monsters, and just like John Murdy said, the facade is looking incredible. I'm personally not a huge fan on facades that are just flat and just have graphics on them. I don't know, I do have some hope because he said there's going to be a lot to interact with the facade itself, so I'm excited to see how they pull it off. They still have netting above the exit of the studio tour. That's because Dark Arts at Hogwarts Castle is still going on, and they have drone effects, so just to prevent drones from falling or hitting guests, they set up some netting above the walking paths around the studio tour. And if you haven't seen Dark Arts at Hogwarts Castle, I'd highly recommend it. It's running through August 11th, so there's only a few more days left. Also, if you haven't seen the last update, this is the current view onto the Universal City sign and everything behind it. Kind of crazy to see a view like this. And take a look at this view as well. This is looking down onto the Last of Us haunted house facade. It's looking quite remarkable. It almost looks complete. I'm sure there are many little details for them to add. All of the major details seem like they've been put up. I think that'll ultimately wrap up our update here at Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. I'm JP, and how they say in the movies, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one.